Good day, everyone. Today, I will be reporting about the true or false test, also known as the alternative response test. This topic falls under the selected response type of paper and pencil test, which is one of the appropriate methods of assessment used by teachers. So, what is selected response type test? A selected response test is a type of assessment that gives students choices for their answers. Instead of explaining or writing a long response, the students simply select the correct option. Examples of the selected response tests are multiple choice, matching type, and true or false test. This type of test is widely used because it's easy to score objective and can measure a large amount of content in a short time. Now, there are three forms of true or false test. Number one, simple form. This form has only two choices, the true or false. Example, the acquisition of morality is a developmental process. So the student will simply answer true or false. Number two, the complex form. Form has more than two choices. It might include options such as true, false, or opinion, or not given. This type is used when teachers want to test critical thinking, especially when statements can depend on interpretation. So these forms encourages students to think deeper and understand why the statement is true or false. So purpose of the true or false test. So the true or false test help teachers check whether students can identify accurate facts from false ones. If students can recognize correct principles, definitions, or statements, how will students remember and understand important information? However, teachers must be careful when constructing these items because it's easy for students to guess the answer by chance. They have 50-50 chance of getting it right. That's why it follows important certain rules or guidelines.
Guidelines for making good true or false questions. Rule number one: do not give a hint inadvertently in the body of the question. Rule number two: avoid using words that always, never, often, and other words that tends to be either always true or false. Rule number three: avoid long sentences and this tends to be true. Keep sentence short. Rule number four: avoid trick statements with some minor misleading words or spelling anomaly, misplaced phrases, etc. A wise student who doesn't know the subject matter may detect this strategy as does get the answer correctly. Rule number five: avoid quoting verbatim from references, material, or textbooks. Rule number six: avoid specific determiners or giveaway qualifiers. Rule number seven: avoid a grossly disproportionate number of either true or false statements or even patterns in the occurrence of true and false statements. Rule number eight: avoid double negatives such as statements tends to be confusing. To summarize, the true or false test is a simple yet powerful tool to measure students' understanding of fact and concepts. It is quick to administer and easy to check, making it a practical assessment tool. However, to make it effective, teachers must carefully construct the statement by following the guidelines. Avoid tricking wording, absolute terms, or confusing sentences. When used properly, the true or false test not only checks memory but also encourages students to think critically about what is fact and what is not.